they heard the first part.
Okay.
They heard it, but they couldn't see us.
All right. You just tell them we haven't. This is fourth week in a row with technical difficulties.
We'll get there.
It wouldn't be an issue if I got to be here earlier.
No, it ain't you. Man, I promise.
All right, let's share. We'll fire up, okay?
Okay.
Let's start talking.
All right.
Tell me when you're ready.
You're good. I was just sharing it.
Okay, you're good.
You tell me when. Welcome to episode 4 of Coach's Corner, special edition. We have John Meade, Coach John Meade, here with us today, and we have 3 extra special guests who's going to get some airtime with us. It's going to be great. You're not going to want to miss this. But before we get there, we have to go over these pick 'em recaps. Now, Sam still beat me. It's crazy. I mean, he really don't even watch high school sports, guys. He really don't.
Whatever, man.
His record right now is 27-5. I'm 20-12. Let's run down this list of games really quickly. We've got Hazard at Williamsburg. Williamsburg took it 60-12. Got Harlan at Pikeville. Pikeville took it 49-6. No surprise there. Pineville at Paintsville. Paintsville took it 55-14. Kind of a surprise there. We didn't expect it to be that high scoring. Figured it'd be a closer game. But hats off to Paintsville. They look to be playing good. We had the forfeit. Berea at Raceland. It was a forfeit. Thankfully, we both chose Raceland.
Right.
At 2A, we've got Eastridge at Floyd Central. Floyd took it 60-50. That was a very high-scoring game.
Yes, it was.
We knew it would be close. We split.
I didn't think that it was going to look like some basketball game.
Yeah, no, we definitely didn't think that the offenses would explode like they did. Knott County at Shelby Valley. Valley took it 50-6. We kind of seen that one coming.
Yeah, Valley, coming off their last 4 games in the season, averaging 50 points a game. I mean, it was going to happen.
It was going to happen.
We knew they was going to put up 50.
Prestonsburg at Betsy Lane. Betsy Lane takes it 21-7, but what was crazy, I got to watch that game. What was crazy about it is it was very close, through the first half, and then Betsy Lane pulled away towards the end. Pike Central at Martin County. Martin takes it 43-3. I thought it would be closer than that.
I didn't think that they would hold Pike Central to no touchdowns. Pike Central has, in every single game this season, has at least scored 2 touchdowns. So, yeah, I did not see that coming at all.
We've got Bracken County at Breathitt County. Breathitt took it 46-26. Breathitt's just one of those teams, man, that they're always ready for the postseason, right? They are always ready.
They'll go even in the regular season, and they'll come into playoffs and they'll win 2-3 games in the playoffs. So I mean, it's always
they are ready to roll.
It's hard to go against Breathitt.
Next, we've got 3A football with McGoffin County at Bell County. Bell takes it 62-27. Hats off to McGoffin for competing. It looks like, putting up 27 points against a very good Bell County team. That's impressive. So hats off to you guys in your season. Best of luck next year. Clay County at Belfry. Belfry takes it 56-36.
Yep.
Kind of surprised that Clay County scored 36 on Belfry, but Belfry still found a way to get the job done. So hats off to both teams there on a good competitive game. Knox Central at Lawrence County. Lawrence took it 43-6. I was actually surprised. The history of Knox Central. Looking into it, I actually chose Knox Central. You just hear that name and you think, okay, it's going to be a competitive football game, right?
They're always usually competitive.
But Lawrence is looking good this year. Last but not least, we've got 4A football. Letcher Central at Taylor County. Taylor took it 50-13. I took Letcher Central. Kind of regretting that now. He helped him want to up me. But no, Taylor County took it 50-13. Hats off to both teams, especially Letcher Central on such a great year with all the problems that they had throughout the season.
To figure out too many different problems.
Yeah, so moving on, we've got Lincoln County at Perry Central. Perry took it 56-35. No surprise there.
No, I thought Perry was going to be good coming into this game, so yeah, no surprises.
Last but not least, we've got Grant County at Johnson Central. Johnson takes care of business. They win in a great fashion, 54-14. I think we all expected that.
Yes.
Johnson's just a football school, man. They're always ready to go when it comes to football. So,
great team out of Pike County.
Once again, Sam's record is 27-5. Mine's 20-12. He's beating me, but I'll catch up to him come basketball season. I'm better. I'm more of a basketball guy. No, listen. We're going to take a short break. I know we just got on air. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we are going to have a special guest that you are not ready for. We got three of them. Three of them that you're not going to be ready for. So you're going to want to stay tuned. We'll be right back in just a second.
Don't let just anyone take care of your pharmaceutical needs. Call Jay's Pharmacy in Jenkins, Kentucky. Jay's Pharmacy has been a staple in the Jenkins community for many years, formerly known as Boggs Pharmacy. Jay's Pharmacy is in it for you. They'll make sure your trips to the pharmacy is easy and smooth. They'll fight the insurance companies for you and give you great prices on your medication. Call Jay's Pharmacy today in Jenkins, Kentucky. We look forward to hearing from you.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
Let the folks at Double Quick help you start your 2022 off right. They've brought back the Bourbon Pecan Coffee for a limited time only. You can also quench your thirst with the great deals on fountain drinks they offer daily. Double Quick is your one-stop shop for everything. They offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can stop by one of their many storefront locations spread throughout eastern Kentucky. Stop by and let Double Quick make your day better.
This is Bruce Walters from Bruce Walters Kia. By now you know Kia is a great vehicle, and you know they come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. So why should you buy from Bruce Walters Kia? At Bruce Walters Kia, we're going to change your oil for free for life. And what you do with that money you save is up to you. Come check out the 2022 Kia Carnival and the 2021 Kia Sorento. Only at Bruce Walters Kia in Pikeville. Or shop us online at brucewalterskia.com.
If you've recently had a loved one pass, bring them to Hall & Jones Funeral Home in Burgee, Kentucky. We let you grieve in peace instead of worrying about a heavy financial burden of burying a loved one. Here at Hall & Jones, we have multiple chapels that can accommodate any size family. We look forward to helping you and your family here at Hall & Jones.
MGC Supply is your complete source for drainage and erosion control products. MGC Supply also sells services and installs Cummings generators. MGC Supply sells and delivers limestone gravel for businesses and homeowners. MGC Supply is your solution supplier and is proud to sponsor all the teams in Eastern Kentucky. 2590 U.S. Highway 23 South Pottville, Kentucky, 41501. Give them a call today at 606-433-0077. Or you can call them at 606-794-6765.
Back. We have a very special guest here. Mr. Knox Wallace is with us in the building. I'm your host, Ethen Cummings, co-host Sam Collier. Thank you so much for being with us, Knox, man. We appreciate you being here. First, we want to ask you, we're going to ask you a couple questions, some tough, some fun. We're going to try to have some fun with you here. Take us through this off season and your individual growth. We watch you play, and you've already started your season. What you grow throughout these years. What do you do in the off season to improve your game?
Well, I normally just work out and stuff like that, and keep going hard as I can and stuff. But I got in a wreck before the school ended, and then I just focused on recovering and then working out to get better whenever I could. So yeah.
Most definitely. We see that. Last year you were at Belfry.
Yeah.
And then you were at Phelps before. So this year's your 8th grade year. What made Valley the school that you wanted to play your 8th grade year at?
Well, I wanted to play with all my AAU teammates and my best friends, my closest friends and stuff, and that was at Valley, so I went there and decided to go there. Yeah.
Speaking on, AAU, you guys had a pretty successful season, you know, with the Pike County Elite. You know, did y'all win? How many tournaments did you guys win? Or?
We won like all the ones we was in. Really, we didn't lose a tournament. We lost one game maybe to an 8th grade team, and that's it.
Nice. Looking, if you okay, I'm gonna play like this is kind of a trick question. If you were an outsider looking at your game, what would you say is the best part about the way you play the game of basketball?
The way I get downhill and stuff like that. The way I get downhill and get past my defenders and finish through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you got a question for him? I don't want to ramble off and forget you.
Go ahead.
Looking into this season, you know, the ultimate goal is to win county and go on to win state, right?
Yeah.
That's the ultimate goal. What's it going to take for you guys to get there? Take us through that whole process.
It's going to take a lot of hard work and stay close as a team and keep working hard and playing as a team together. And yeah, we can win it for sure because we got the talent to win it. So.
And that's something that y'all can do, you know, playing with your best friends and everything. Y'all have already kind of got that chemistry outside of basketball. You can bring it onto the court and get the job done. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Most definitely. So you are under, which we've got him here with us too. He'll be on in a minute. Under a new coach, Coach John Meade. Why don't you talk a little bit about Coach Meade and how he's been able to help you this offseason and going into this season?
He's a really good coach, and he makes sure we stay on the right path and pass the ball to the open guy, keep it as a team, and not ball hog and stuff like that.
Good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Coach, you got a couple for him here while we've got him here?
So he asked you all the hard questions. I'm going to come in with some easy ones, man. And the first one I'm going to come in with is who's your favorite player in the NBA?
It'd have to be LeBron James because he's been my favorite forever.
All right, LeBron James. Yeah, that's a
Kobe.
good answer.
It was Kobe, but probably LeBron. Yeah.
Okay, all right. And who's a player that you watch and you kind of try to make your game after, you know?
Eli Ellis.
Okay.
Yeah, he's tough.
All right. Okay. All right. And got another one for you. What's your favorite basketball shoes to play basketball in?
Oh, probably some LeBrons. Like I'm rocking out now
LeBron
LeBrons.
again.
You know that's crazy because a lot of kids, you know, I've had a lot of kids that they don't like them. They say they're heavy.
They say they're heavy.
I like them. They got good grip.
Yeah,
Okay.
great grip. Okay, yeah, that's great, man. Anything that you want to talk, you know, like, okay, let's look at your schedule, okay, and the teams that you play. Realistically, predict your all's record, you know.
Undefeated, in my opinion. I don't think anyone can beat us. And anyone who wants to try, come on. And,
Bring them on. Hey, I like Knox's confidence, guys. Coach, you got anything else before we let Knox go?
No, sir. I love the confidence, kid.
Awesome. Well, we've got another special guest coming on that we're going to talk to in a minute. We'll be right back with you in a second.
Don't let just anyone take care of your pharmaceutical needs. Call Jay's Pharmacy in Jenkins, Kentucky. Jay's Pharmacy has been a staple in the Jenkins community for many years, formerly known as Boggs Pharmacy. Jay's Pharmacy is in it for you. They'll make sure your trips to the pharmacy is easy and smooth. They'll fight the insurance companies for you and give you great prices on your medication. Call Jay's Pharmacy today in Jenkins, Kentucky. We look forward to hearing from you.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be, for generations to come.
Let the folks at Double Quick help you start your 2022 off right. They've brought back the Bourbon Pecan Coffee for a limited time only. You can also quench your thirst with the great deals on fountain drinks they offer daily. Double Quick is your one-stop shop for everything. They offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can stop by one of their many storefront locations spread throughout eastern Kentucky. Stop by and let Double Quick make your day better.
Welcome back. Another special guest that you was not expecting, Harrison Fields. Thanks for being with us. We appreciate you being here. We've got a couple questions for you. Are you ready for this?
I'm pretty ready.
Pretty ready. I like it, okay? Okay, let's get into it. So, first, before we get into basketball, you play football. Why don't you talk a little bit about your football season this year, how you guys ended up doing?
Well, it didn't go as good as I wanted it to, but we still won more than last year, so that's good.
Okay, great. Did you all play in the playoffs?
Yeah.
How far did you guys make it?
We did not make it too far. We were last.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe when you get to high school, it'll get better. You keep growing. Looking into this basketball season, you guys have a very experienced team, very good team. I'm a huge fan of you guys. Talk a little bit about your teammates and how do you think this season's going to go?
I think our season's going to go pretty good because, we got the best talent in the whole county, and our chemistry just, so good because AAU. I think we're going out undefeated.
Go undefeated.
Two undefeated answers.
Two undefeated answers, man. That's good. High hopes. Hey, listen, man. If there's a team, I got hope. I got faith in you guys. I've watched you guys play this summer. I like the way you guys conduct yourself. You guys really have that championship mentality. You come in, you listen to your coaches. You guys are very disciplined. I really like that about you guys. Talking about your individual game, like yourself, like in the summer, what do you do to prepare yourself for undefeated seasons and to win the county, maybe possibly win state? Like, how have you prepared yourself for this season?
We just during the off season we hit the weights and just get in the gym as much as we can.
Awesome. So, looking at your county, everybody around here knows Pike County is that's probably the biggest county tournament around. It's literally like March Madness, right? I mean, I went to I think it was 2 years ago. I went to a Pike County championship at Dorton, and Dorton and Belfry. It was Randy Davis's last year coaching Dorton. Dorton and Belfry was playing, and dude, the gym was so full they were escorting people out of the gym to watch the game in the cafeteria on a screen. That's how full the gym was. That's how crazy this Pike County tournament is. Talk about your competition within the county. Who's your big matchups? Who do you got to go through to get to where you guys want to be?
I think our biggest competition is Mullins or Pikeville.
Mullins or Pikeville.
What do you guys have to do to? You guys already knocked off Pikeville. Why don't you talk a little bit about that game?
Well, we just played really good as a team and together. We always made the extra pass and just played good.
It's awesome. Now, speaking of that, you beat Pikeville already. I'm assuming you guys probably have Mullins soon. What do you got to do to top Mullins?
Well, we just got to play good defense and we can beat anybody because we have the best defensive team around.
Defense wins ball games.
Defense wins championships.
That's right.
Coach, you want to ask him some?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna come back in with the fun questions again for you. Let's talk a little bit. You said you play football. Who's your favorite college football team?
Alabama.
Alabama. All right.
Why is that? Why do you like Alabama?
Well, they're usually just really good, and Derrick Henry came from there. He's my favorite player.
Okay, Derrick Henry. We like that. Yeah, Alabama plays Kentucky this weekend. I'm a huge Kentucky fan. I hope we beat Alabama this week, just letting you know. So, I got another one for you. You said you like Derrick Henry. He's a good running back. Who is your favorite wide receiver in the league?
My favorite wide receiver? Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams. That's a very good choice. I think that he's wasting his career in a Raiders uniform, but he is a very good player. All right. I'm going to ask you another good one. I thought about the shoes and everything. What's your favorite basketball shoes again?
The LeBron next gens.
LeBron, okay.
Another LeBron answer.
LeBron, wow. Okay.
Wow.
We like to see that.
These newer LeBrons must not be heavy. I ain't wore LeBrons in forever.
When we
When
played,
I used to
it felt
wear
like you was wearing a cinder block on
yeah,
your foot,
it really did. And LeBron's my favorite player. I think, Coach Meade might disagree with me, and I know Sammy will, but I think LeBron's the greatest player of all time. So that's hot take. Whoa, too soon.
No, we ain't going there.
Okay, one more question I've got for you, and this is kind of a hard one. You're an outsider looking in. What's the best thing about Harrison Fields on the court, and what's something that you need to improve? You feel like you need to improve on?
One of my best things is defense and getting downhill to the goal. But one of the things I need to work on is my shooting, especially from the corner.
Okay.
But that's about it.
That's what a shooting machine's for, right? Go in there, get them shots up, man. Well, Harrison, man, you got anything else before we let him go?
No, sir.
Man, I appreciate you being on here, and come back and see us sometime on the show. We'll be back with you in just a second.
This is Bruce Walters from Bruce Walters Kia. By now, you know Kia is a great vehicle, and you know they come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. So why should you buy from Bruce Walters Kia? At Bruce Walters Kia, we're going to change your oil for free for life. And what you do with that money you save is up to you. Come check out the 2022 Kia Carnival and the 2021 Kia Sorento. Only at Bruce Walters Kia in Pikeville. Or shop us online at brucewalterskia.com.
About a heavy financial burden of burying a loved one. Here at Hall & Jones, we have multiple chapels that can accommodate any size family. We look forward to helping you and your family here at Hall & Jones.
MGC Supply is your complete source for drainage and erosion control products. MGC Supply also sells services and installs Cummings generators. MGC Supply sells and delivers limestone gravel for businesses and homeowners. MGC Supply is your solution supplier and is proud to sponsor all the teams in Eastern Kentucky. 2590 U.S. Highway 23 South Pottville, Kentucky, 41501. Give them a call today at 606-433-0077. Or you can call them at 606-794-6765.
Don't let just anyone take care of your pharmaceutical needs. Call Jay's Pharmacy in Jenkins, Kentucky. Jay's Pharmacy has been a staple in the Jenkins community for many years, formerly known as Boggs Pharmacy. Jay's Pharmacy is in it for you. They'll make sure your trips to the pharmacy is easy and smooth. They'll fight the insurance companies for you and give you great prices on your medication. Call Jay's Pharmacy today in Jenkins, Kentucky. We look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome back. The last guest, special guest that you don't know about, right? Everybody knows Coach Meade's here. You didn't know the players was coming. We've got Mark Russell here with us. Mark, we appreciate you being here, man. Let's get started off. Why don't you talk a little bit about your teammates, right? Talk about, like who you got, what they're going to be able to do to contribute to the team. Just speak on your teammates for a second.
Yeah, well, we have Luke Collins. He can rebound really well, and he can put extra points in there for us too. Colin Newsom, he's a good post player. He's one of the best post players in the county, and he puts a couple points on the boards for us and gets a lot of rebounds. Colin Varney, he has really good defense. He's also a good defender. He's a good shooter too, as well. And Colin Hall, he's a good shooter. He's a really good shooter.
Now, you guys have a big group of 8th graders, right? And you guys, for the most part, you guys have played together for a long time. How important, how important is that chemistry that you guys have built from just playing, AAU and seasons before? Like, how important is that chemistry you guys have?
It's really important because it could lead us up to a state championship, county, and we just in games too. We could know what we're gonna do and stuff.
And it can get you prepared for high school as well. Coming in as a freshman team that's going to be very, very scary to face. It's definitely going to be something good for your team.
Yeah.
Looking at your schedule, I know you've seen your schedule. I know, even as a coach, there's always that one game you circle, and it's like, I'm going all out, right? What's that one game on your schedule that you're like, man, I really I want this game? Is there one?
Yeah, I say there's one. I say Mullins.
Mullins,
okay.
Yeah, big time. That's a big time matchup, ain't it? Yeah, that's county championship preview, maybe. Yeah. So, the ultimate goal is not only to win county but win state.
Yeah.
What's it going to take? What's it going to take for you guys to get there, to get ready to win the state?
To practice a lot on our weaknesses and practice more on defense and build a better chemistry than we do now.
Okay, sweet. Being outsider, looking at Mark Russell's game, what is the best thing that you do? What's something that you do really good and something you need to work on within your own game?
Something I do really good is I shoot well and try to find my teammates more, and to get them the ball and score, and to looking for my shot. And some of the bad things I need to work on is to drive more and hit kick outs to our shooters, and get other players involved as well.
Awesome. Now, one thing that I didn't get asked the other two that I'm going to ask you, you guys over the summer went to Transy Camp, right? We got to see you guys down there. You guys ended up winning the whole tournament down there. Talk a little bit about how camps and summer ball helped you guys come together, and talk about that specific tournament. Like how did it feel to go down there and get a win, and what it took to get there throughout that week?
It helped us a lot more. Once again on chemistry. Yeah. And especially with the new transfers coming in, Knox and Colin and another Colin, and it just helps us get used to those players and their roles into our team.
Well, I do got to say, you got, man, and I talk about you guys all the time to my boys, I coach here, and I'm like, listen, guys, this is like, if you watch Valley play, they're the most disciplined team I've ever seen in my life as far as middle school teams go. Like, you guys are so disciplined, and you listen to your coaches. When you walk in a gym, like, people look at you guys like, okay, this bunch is good, just from the way you approach walking in a gym, sitting down, not saying a word. You're not up running around trying to find your girlfriend or running out here to get candy. Like, you guys are sitting as a team with your coaches, focused. Like, is that something that has been instilled in you guys, or kind of just happens?
Well, yeah, we mainly do that. Stay with each other and get focus into the game, get ready to play, and not take our minds off something else, and just focus what we're gonna do and how we're gonna do it and win the game.
Awesome, Coach. I've worried him sick over here. He's looking at me like, please stop asking me questions. Stop it right now. Give him some fun questions.
I'm gonna give you some fun questions. We talked about our favorite teams with the last two boys. Who's your favorite college basketball team?
It's definitely Kentucky.
Awesome. We love to hear that. And I assume you're expecting them to win this year in the March Madness. Yeah, absolutely. All right, yeah. Another fun question I want to ask you that I didn't get to ask the other boys is, before a game, what's a song that you like to listen to, or who's your favorite artist, to get you ready for that game and get you hyped up, get ready to go out there and play the way that you like to play?
I mainly listen to whatever my friends put on the locker room on the speakers.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You don't have an artist or anybody that.
No.
Okay. All right. That's fine. What's your favorite basketball shoe? Is it also LeBron's as well?
No, it's probably Jason Tatum's.
All right.
I wear them right now.
Jason Tatum's. Nice. We like to hear that. He's got a nice signature shoe line coming in. What about the Lucas? Do you like the Lucas on the Jordan brand?
Yeah, I'm planning on getting those in Christmas to wear.
Awesome. All right.
I'll tell you, my favorite artist that me and my friends listen to is NBA YoungBoy.
NBA YoungBoy. We love to hear it. Yeah, I like YoungBoy myself. Yeah. So, yeah.
I've got a fun question for you, and this, and then I'll let you go after this. Take Kentucky out of the equation. If you could go play ball at any other school, college, because obviously you want to play college ball. Where you want to go play at? Tennessee. UT. Okay. I'm a Louisville fan. I was looking for a Cardinal here, but no, I'm a huge Louisville fan. No, man. Anything else you want to say before we let you go? No, you ready? Okay. I appreciate you, Harrison and Knox, for being here, guys. It's always great to have you guys here and get you a quick workout before you leave. Make Chad get you out here and work y'all out. I appreciate you being with us, guys. When we come back, we've got Coach Meade coming on, and we do have hard questions for him. He's going to have to come here and answer these, and we're not catching him a break. He don't get fun ones. He don't get the fun ones. Okay, we'll catch you guys in a second.
Don't let just anyone take care of your pharmaceutical needs. Call Jay's Pharmacy in Jenkins, Kentucky. Jay's Pharmacy has been a staple in the Jenkins community for many years, formerly known as Boggs Pharmacy. Jay's Pharmacy is in it for you. They'll make sure your trips to the pharmacy is easy and smooth. They'll fight the insurance companies for you and give you great prices on your medication. Call Jay's Pharmacy today in Jenkins, Kentucky. We look forward to hearing from you.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
Let the folks at Double Quick help you start your 2022 off right. They've brought back the Bourbon Pecan Coffee for a limited time only. You can also quench your thirst with the great deals on fountain drinks they offer daily. Double Quick is your one-stop shop for everything. They offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can stop by one of their many storefront locations spread throughout eastern Kentucky. Stop by and let Double Quick make your day better.
This is Bruce Walters from Bruce Walters Kia. By now you know Kia is a great vehicle, and you know they come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. So why should you buy from Bruce Walters Kia? At Bruce Walters Kia, we're going to change your oil for free for life. And what you do with that money you save is up to you. Come check out the 2022 Kia Carnival and the 2021 Kia Sorento. Only at Bruce Walters Kia in Pikeville. Or shop us online at brucewalterskia.com.
Welcome back. I've got Coach John Meade with us here. I'm your host, Ethen Cummings, co-host Sam Collier. Thanks for being here with us, Coach.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you being here with us. We're going to go ahead. Let's dive on into this. You know, you're a new coach for the Valley Wildcats, switching scenery. At Floyd County, now in Pike County, and you got hired pretty early in the summer season. Talk a little bit about how your summer went with this new team.
Yeah, so a little indecisive on the move when I came over. We'd actually moved over to take care of a family member, and that family member has since passed. So really circumstance got us to Pike County. But once I came over, I kind of attended some AAU stuff, and I wanted my boy to play because we were taking care of that family member. And dove into it, and I just wanted to be dad. I'm just going to be honest with you. I just wanted to be dad and watch my boy play. And, you know, very first practice, they're like, there's Coach Meade, jump on in. By the second day, I'm running it. so I look up, and here I am running, you know, coaching my son's team, the second group, and Mark and those guys are kind of playing on the older group. And I didn't get to spend a whole lot of time with them early in the summer.
Yeah.
So I was kind of focused on those younger guys.
Right.
So we went through that, and then, you know, I'm sitting here kind of thinking, hey, this may be a possibility. I love the fan base. I love the work ethic. I love the amount of kids that are in the program. You know, you got people beating on the doors wanting to be a part of what you're doing.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm kind of watching that, and, you know, parents are doing great as far as letting you coach. They're kind of staying out of the way. Coach, we support you. Do what you think is best.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's contagious.
That's a great thing to have.
It
too.
is.
That's a great thing to have.
And we're traveling well, and they're going with us, and kids are responding, they're listening. Well, it just so happened that the job came open. I was talking to my wife, and I said, I think I'll apply. I said, I don't think I know enough people over here to actually get on, but I'm going to apply. And I applied and never thought nothing about it. And the day before summer, the hire officially started, I find out at 12 o'clock that I'm the coach, and we've got practice at 2:30.
That's awesome.
So I dove right into that, and soon after, actually right before I got hired with some of the summer games that we were at, I'd met Coach McCoy here, the new high school coach, and had wished him luck. I know he'd applied, and me and him were kind of in the same battle. Neither one of us actually from here, both of us looking for a job in a new place. And then he gets hired. And first thing we both said to each other, actually in this gym right here this summer, was, Coach, if you get it, come help. And I told him the same thing. And that really, it is. That actually led into kind of how the summer went. So all of our older guys, Coach McCoy brought in our 6th, 7th, and 8th grade guys. We've been working with the high school all summer.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, and it's just the running portion and the getting, you know, learning the culture and kind of how we want to do things together. So we're going together on how we want things to be. And then secondly, the first time we really got to dive in as a team after I got the job was we went down to Transy. And had a good showing down there, and we had so many new guys transfer in that I knew I couldn't go without a summer camp. So they all had to learn new roles. But, you know, that really helped me with the new team, is to get, number one, having some success, and then in the little tournament you guys put on, you know, having our B team. step up and win that tournament was something they weren't used to.
Yeah.
So showing them they can compete with Pike County teams and confidence at our younger guys is really what I had to work on this summer.
You know, with this being your first season as the head coach for the Valley Wildcats, you must have built a staff coming into this season. Talk a little bit about your new staff members and what your goals and expectations are for them and what their roles will be on your staff coming into this season.
Gotcha. So expectations, I'm one of those guys that I let my coaches coach. Yeah. I don't ask guys to help. They volunteer their time. And what a lot of parents outside looking in do not understand is that these guys have lives outside of basketball.
Absolutely.
So we've got Coach Bowling first thing on the A team. Coach Bowling is a full-time store manager at Walmart.
Oh, wow.
So, but now he's also Mark's dad, and he's been around them. He's kind of the heartbeat of the team who's been around them since they've been growing up. So he's going to be primarily my main guy on the A team who I'm going to turn and look for advice because he's been around them all these years.
Yep.
He knows them.
Right. There's no substitute for experience with your kids.
Right.
So he knows what pushes their buttons. Secondly, I do have Coach Fields. Coach Fields, listen, irreplaceable.
Yeah.
You don't have to look up and worry about a jersey. You don't have to worry about stats. He drives to the games. You know, he's messaging me at 1:30 in the day.
Yeah.
Bus is filled up. Jerseys are loaded.
Nice.
We're ready to roll, Coach.
That is awesome to have.
And the kids love him. They respond so well to Coach Fields. So he's a valuable part of what we're doing. And then I also have Coach Jason Shannon that I just added recently to the staff. Coach Shannon was kind of one of my idol guys growing up at South Floyd. He was all-time leading scorer there.
Yeah.
So when I was these kids' age, I was watching Coach Shannon put up 25, 30 points a game. And I'm like, man, is this guy can play.
Yeah.
So reconnected with him over here. It'd been a few years since I'd seen him. His daughter plays for Valley Elementary. And I've been bugging him like crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, I understand you got a daughter, but hey, I coached girls ball when my girl wasn't playing. How about you come over and help me?
Yeah.
So, and he did. He said, do you still need help? It went a few weeks. I said, absolutely. And he was there all day yesterday. He even coached our second little C team.
Well, that's awesome.
So having people willing to put their personal stuff aside and help is irreplaceable. And then finally, I've got Coach Mose Thompson, who also has a son on the team. And Coach Mose found out that he was coaching at our parent meeting. He had no clue. You know, he was just at practices, and I informed everybody he'd be part of our C team staff. But overall, it's a great staff. I feel extremely comfortable stepping out of the gym and knowing everything's going to run the same.
You know, coming into this season, you've got a pretty good amount of eighth graders, right? You know, with that eighth graders that were already there and the ones that transferred in, and you know, and you include some of the best players in the region. You know, you've got Mark Russell, you've got Knox Wallace, you've got Harrison Fields, and you got Colin Newsom, and I could keep on going down the list. I mean, that's four really, you know, top guys in the region. Talk a little about how having this much experience on this team will get you guys to where you want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, first thing is, I will say about our ball team is they don't care to put a target on your back.
Yeah.
You know, our guys are extremely confident, and I love that about them. I try to continuously tone that down behind the scenes, but there's no coach in this world that don't want their kids to be confident and think they can win every ball game. So, you know, you take those guys, and I haven't told the kids this, but I have told our coaches numerous times that I've legitimately got two teams that could start pretty well anywhere in the county.
Yeah.
So the sacrifice that comes in from some of these kids on playing time is going to be insane. I'm asking guys to play roles they're not used to. Minutes are decreasing for kids that would play every single minute on another ball team.
Yep.
But they decided to come together. I didn't have anything to do with that. They decided to come together and play together. So they understood when they done that there'd be sacrifice. So, you know, 1 through 10, I have 10 eighth graders. I don't want to say that one's any more valuable than the other. Because let me tell you something. You know, just last night when we played Pike, we had a young man check in with about a minute to go. Rips, goes by somebody, lays it in, and our older guys goes crazy. He's played a minute. He's played 1 minute, and he turns at me and starts smiling, and I go ballistic. You know, I don't care what the score is. Why are you smiling at me? We're still trying to play a ball game here.
Right.
But just to see the elation on those guys' faces and these guys cheering them on when that's what coaching's all about.
That is.
Yeah, you know, talking about your 10 eighth graders, you know, you've got an experienced team this season coming in here. We assume that you would have a strong schedule. Talk a little bit about how you went with the scheduling and talk about some of the tougher matchups you have coming into this season.
Sure. Yeah, so you end up a lot. Anytime you have expected to be a really good team, a lot of guys will schedule and then season comes around and they cancel on you.
Right.
So, and I think that's something we got to do better as coaches as when we can't run when you're good one year and want to play the next year. We're going to play anybody now. We're going to play anybody next year. It's just the way you have to be.
Right.
So, that's one thing. And I know that wasn't exactly what you wanted in the question, but, it bothers me as a coach when kids get hyped for a certain level of competition, those coaches start backing out.
Right.
So, we got to do better as coaches.
Most
right?
definitely.
We got to do better as coaches, make sure we fix that. But our schedule was better without the cancellations, okay?
Yeah.
But with that being said, every team you play, I don't want to sit and say one's better than the other. I can learn something from every single game that we play. But the ones that are going to be the best, that these guys are going to be the most hyped for, obviously, is Poplar and Mullins. Really wish we could have got North Laurel and Corbin, those guys down, if that would have worked out. That was going to be some great competition. I think we ended up getting Hyman. Is that correct in yours?
Yeah. Hyman and Johnson.
Hyman and Johnson Central. So there's two really good tests for us. But, man, I'm just old school. I can't help been doing it a long time. I want to play my county teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
To me, if those don't get you more excited than these other guys, I don't know what to tell you.
We love county play.
Absolutely.
That's what you want to go for.
Man, one of my favorite rivalries, and you guys have already played them, which I'll ask you about a little bit later, is going into a gym and watching Valley and Pikeville play.
Yeah.
Like, that atmosphere is insane. It really is. And I just had to throw that in there. I really enjoy that rivalry.
Yeah.
Which I know the boys were talking about Mullins, so I'm sure that's a rivalry too. But I just, even in high school, that Valley Pikeville rivalry, it's great. It is.
You took the job over the summer. You bring in Colin Newsom and Colin Hall from Dorton. Talk a little bit about how both Collinses will contribute to this already 8th grade heavy team.
Yeah, absolutely. Both those guys, like I say, could start on any team.
Yep.
So we played at Dorton last night, and I wasn't taking into consideration these guys' first time back in this gym. So
Right.
so we're a little out of sync with what we're wanting to do, and I'm getting all over them, and it hits me. Coach, this is big for them.
This is where they played at.
These are 12, 13-year-old kids, 14-year-old kids who now are in front of all their old fans. How are they going to deal with that?
Right.
And it's as expected. First time back in the gym, you're going to be a little off your game, going to be overhyped. You're not going to settle into what you're doing. And I'm screaming, and I'm going crazy, and I come to the bench, and I see it on their face. I'm like, man, you got to calm down, Coach.
Yeah.
Calm you guys down. Let's get going. But, Colin Newsom, I can tell you right off the bat, I got to do a better job getting him involved in our offense. Yeah. That's on me 100%. He is an 8 to 12 point scorer, 10 to 12 point scorer, and I get caught up so much in our guard play that I forget what I've got sent down there on the post, and I'll be the first to admit that. So you'll see going forward a better job of me utilizing Colin. And then secondly, Colin Hall, who had this shaggy hair when I met him, and he comes into practice one day and it's all cut off, and I'm like, what's this? And he's like, Coach, I'm ready. And, Colin hasn't been in that first 5 to start right now. And to be honest with you, a little bit last night, he was right behind my back as I was coach, so I couldn't see him.
Yeah.
So when I'm subbing, and I looked at the guy and said, you got to get him up here. I got to get him in the ball game. But let me tell you something. Every one of those kids, Colin included, sits there and watched for 2 games and didn't get to play a ton. Yeah. And when I checked him in the ball game last night, with 3 minutes to go, and then before that, about 3 minutes into the second half, that kid played defense like his life depended on it. Yeah. He got 2 on-the-ball steals with 1.5 minutes to go in a 30-point game.
Wow.
Up playing the ball. So I actually texted him today, and I said, hey, I'm proud of you, kid. Your attitude's great. You're getting minutes next game. It's going to happen.
It's earned.
It's earned.
We know that you're coming to the 3rd annual Whitney Creech tournament, and Valley has played in that tournament every year since I started it here at Jenkins. The first year they fell short to Betsy Lane, and the second year they fell short. Last year they fell short to Pikeville, who both teams ended up winning. The teams that they got beat up by ended up winning the whole tournament. So talk a little bit about how you plan to, win. I feel like you guys have very high potential to win this whole tournament. How do you plan to? What's your plans on bringing home the trophy? And talk a little bit about what your players will have to do to get the job done, and also talk about the seeding games that you have with Johnson Central and Hyman.
Yeah, so first off, man, let's talk about Whitney Creech real quick.
Yeah, let's talk
My
about
goodness. I mean, I firsthand got to play against her. I got to coach against her playing.
Wow, really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and absolutely, man. Look, we put 2 on her, and she had 35. So people that think, listen, that is a ball player. That's not a girl ball player. She was a basketball player.
Wow. Wow.
I'm telling you guys, I think if you would have put her on a boys' team, she'd average 20.
I agree.
And I mean it. I mean, I really think she could average
Yes.
20 points a game. So I think it's an honor to be here because I got to coach against her and see firsthand what she meant to Jenkins basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she put Jenkins, in my opinion, Jenkins basketball on the map.
Yeah. Most
Yeah,
definitely.
she's
That's
got
just-
the court named after her. And she's
That
got
should
her
tell
jersey in
you,
the
right?
rafters.
Nothing's named after me. I'll tell you that. I got a few bills in my name, but that's about it. But being invited to this, and you had asked me early in the season, absolutely we're going to join. But I think we got to take it game one. So when we print our brackets out, we're going to have a one-game bracket. We're not going to look at the next one. I'm going to print it out and hang it in our locker room, and that's what we're going to focus on is that game, and then we're going to take it quarter by quarter.
There you go.
If you win the first quarter, we'll worry about the second. So we always focus on let's win each quarter. And I think if you do those things and you make small games out of one game, your kids stay a lot more focused for you. So if we slow down, we worry about that game and not the next one, and then the next game and not the following one, you'll find yourself in a championship game. If with some luck, there's got to be some luck. It's a very talented tournament.
Most definitely.
Yes.
So you got to hit shots, you got to be composed, you got to do all those things to win a tournament. But you see Johnson Central. We've seen them this summer. I didn't get to coach that game, but look, I'm the first to tell you they laid one on us.
They look good.
They did.
Yeah.
And I was not there for that game, but that's not an excuse. We are way too talented, I personally think, to get blown out of any game, and that's the way I consider that game. I think we got blown out. If we lose by 2 points, I think we get blown out. That's just my mindset. But we have the players to beat anyone around.
Most definitely.
But they got to show up and realize that they're not bigger than the game, and we're going to take it one game at a time.
Yep.
Well, and and like I mentioned this with the boys earlier, man. You guys are just so disciplined. Like it's rare. Like at high school teams, you see it all the time. You see that but with middle school, it's so rare to see a group of boys just be that disciplined. Like I got to watch you at Transy. Me and you actually, I think we discussed this, but you guys would come in while all the other kids were up shooting, and Goofing off, his team was sitting down right next to their coaches. And that is something that just it's truly a blessing. It don't come around a lot.
No, it doesn't.
For a full team like that.
It doesn't. So now look, most of that's involuntary. Let me go ahead and tell you, they want to be kids. I'm just and my wife will tell you this if you ever speak to her. I like to control things.
Yeah.
and I want to put my stamp on things. They want to be kids. But, the biggest thing I wanted to let them know at Transy is people are always watching.
Always.
This could be your college coach one day.
Yep.
We want to be invited back to this. We don't want to make the phone call to ask to come.
Right.
And, Coach Lane has already reached out, invited us back for next year, and I thought that was amazing. And, they went in the lunchroom. They picked up after themselves if there wasn't someone there. If there was a mess from another team, we picked it up. They can tell you, and they still owe me. They think I forgot, but they haven't. We had a team meeting at 7 o'clock in the morning. The last guy showed up 12 minutes late. They owe me 12 miles. You're going to show up and do things the right way, but guys, tell me if I'm wrong. That just sets them up for high school.
Oh, my
Yes, it does.
Coach McCoy's not going to let them come and go as they please.
No.
They're not going to talk during huddles.
No.
And that's, me and him have talked about that. This is a very mature team that we have.
Oh, most definitely.
So they're going to understand voluntarily or involuntarily that we're going to set an example for everybody in this region.
Yep.
Most definitely. Well, guys, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we've got more questions for Coach here. We'll be back with you in just a second.
If you've recently had a loved one pass, bring them to Hall & Jones Funeral Home in Burgee, Kentucky. We let you grieve in peace instead of worrying about a heavy financial burden of burying a loved one. Here at Hall & Jones, we have multiple chapels that can accommodate any size family. We look forward to helping you and your family here at Hall & Jones.
Yeah, I can. You guys need me to shorten these answers some? You sure? Okay. You need me to shorten these up a little bit? No. Like the answers
Let
and
the
stuff
folks
you
at
need
Double
to
Quick
shorten
help you start your 2022 off right. They've brought back the Bourbon Pecan Coffee for a limited time only. You can also quench your thirst with the great deals on fountain drinks they offer daily.
I wrote it down. So
Double Quick is your one-stop shop for
wrote it
everything.
down.
They offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can
Without a
stop by
problem, we
one
got
of their
one game
many
this week,
storefront locations spread throughout eastern Kentucky. Stop by and let Double Quick make your day
We get 2
better.
miles water, 2 miles water.
MGC Supply is your complete source for drainage and erosion control products. MGC Supply also sells services and installs Cummings generators. MGC Supply sells and delivers limestone gravel for businesses and homeowners. MGC Supply is your solution supplier and is proud to sponsor all the teams in Eastern Kentucky. 2590 U.S. Highway 23 South Pottville, Kentucky, 41501. Give them a call today at 606-433-0077. Or you can call them at 606-794-6765.
Don't let just anyone take care of your pharmaceutical needs. Call Jay's Pharmacy in Jenkins, Kentucky. Jay's Pharmacy has been a staple in the Jenkins community for many years, formerly known as Boggs Pharmacy. Jay's Pharmacy is in it for you. They'll make sure your trips to the pharmacy is easy and smooth. They'll fight the insurance companies for you and give you great prices on your medication. Call Jay's Pharmacy today in Jenkins, Kentucky. We look forward to hearing from you.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
We're back. I'm your host, Ethen Cummings, co-host Sam Collier, special guest Coach John Meade here with us. And remember, guys, we want to involve fans too. So if you guys have a question for Coach Meade or want us to ask him something that we haven't thought of, please comment and we will put him on the spot. We've got him for at least the next 30 minutes here with us, okay? Coach, you know, we know you knocked off Pikeville yesterday at Dorton. This is a huge rivalry game for this early in the season. Talk about how well you guys played and how it felt to be a first-year head coach and beat such a big rival this early.
Well, you got to realize, guys, I'm a Floyd County guy, so that rivalry really falls more on these kids. So the understanding of what that rivalry is going to mean, I'm going to have to kind of let it set in a little bit, so still ecstatic over the win and how my team played. And look, it was a fun game, but man, it felt like a county championship. Those guys literally sat down and defended one of the best games I've ever been a part of as a coach or a witness. You know, at that, and I'm not taking anything away from Pikeville at all. I respect Jordan like no other. He's one of the most respectful guys you'll ever meet. Yep. But it was our night. We just had one of those nights that everything was clicking, and on the opposite side, they couldn't get shots to fall. Pikeville is going to make shots. Pikeville, he's a first-year coach.
Yeah.
He is going to get things rolling there. They're going to be tough to handle come tournament time, and I know that. And the boys know that. But that night, last night, I think we ended up only giving up 4 points in the first half, and we really sat down and guarded, and it was our half-court defense. I go away from it sometimes because I want to change tempo. But man, we're really good in the half court. And I know they get upset with me because, you know, I look around, and one of the kids from Dorton, you know, that's a feeder school of ours. We want everybody to know that Dorton are our guys.
Yeah.
You know, we love them. You know, right. One of their kids had 42 points in a B-team game yesterday.
Wow, that's awesome.
And I've got, really, tell me about it. And then I've got some of my guys who are used to scoring 20, 30 points that I'm asking, no, just move the ball. Yeah, you know, just hit the open guy. And I'm looking down our score sheet, and I showed our guys the other night, you know, 12, 10, 8, 8, 8, 8, 6, 4. That's the kind of games I like to be involved in.
Absolutely. You know, when everybody is chipping in like that, it's really a good accomplishment.
Well, you don't know who to guard.
Right.
When everybody will pass it somewhere, you can't help off of people that way.
Right.
But in general, you know, we did knock off Pikeville, and that's a huge win for our program. It's not every day in any sport that you knock Pikeville off.
That's true.
No.
Especially early in that season. The one thing I am afraid of, though, that maybe that puts a little bit of, they're a little satisfied with that win to think they can repeat that without putting the same effort out there.
That tends to happen.
It does. But, you know, for our program, it does feel great to win a rival game. Absolutely. You know, it seems like if there's bad luck, I've got it. It seems like every time I want something good to go right when I'm coaching, it's like, man, that kid hasn't hit a shot in a week, and he has 8 against me, you know, 8 threes. So I'm normally not on that side of it. I'm usually the one who gets the heartbreak. Yeah. But, you know, give it to our guys. You know, everybody that was on our team, all 12 of our team stepped up and made that win happen.
Well, I got some. Before I move on to my next question, I've got some questions in the comments. Man, you guys are doing great. Courtney Meade says, "Will you bring me McDonald's on your way home?"
That's my daughter. That one right there, man. Let me tell you something. And I know, look, I'm a little long-winded, and I'm okay with that. She's 20 years old. She's already bought her first house.
Awesome.
She's engaged to be married. She works full-time. He works full-time. They're both full-time students.
That's awesome.
So if I haven't done anything right in this life, it's raising her.
That's awesome. And you, so are you going to bring her McDonald's?
Oh, anytime she wants. I'll take it to her tonight if she needs it.
Well, that's what she's asking.
Absolutely.
So on the way home. There you go. You got your
getting
McDonald's. Right?
All the way to Paintsville.
all the way to Paintsville.
All the way to Paintsville.
Wow. I don't know that I would be making that trip, but
I may DoorDash it for her.
yes, that's right.
DoorDash is coming to your doorstep.
Chad Varney says, when is he going to grow some hair? Players, inside players have told him that they're having problems shooting free throws during practices because the shine that comes off your head.
You know, that used to be a bad thing. You know, years ago, I worried about my hair and I wore hats a lot. And I looked at some pictures from a few years back where I was just hanging on, man. And look, it did not look right. It was not a very flattering look. But as I've got older, and you know, you look around, you watch the news. You know, The Rock, one of the best-looking men in the world.
Hey,
He's been
go.
look.
He's true.
He's one of the most successful men in the world.
He don't have a hair on his head, so
He don't?
he's got a few more things going for him than I do. but the bald look is something I've definitely embraced over the years. Chad's a great guy.
Okay, moving back in, we've talked a lot about this A team that you have. Let's dive into your other teams for a minute. What are some expectations and goals for this younger group that you have coming up?
Yeah, so total counting A team, we've got 41 kids in our program. So we've got the numbers. Numbers isn't an issue. I know a lot of schools, you look and you're begging just to get kids to come out. So
most definitely.
Numbers are there. The dedication's there. I've got kids willing to play and work hard. Talent's there. I don't know that this younger group has been worked as hard at no fault maybe of their own. I don't know. I wasn't here for that. But I know we are behind when it comes B, C, and D teams at this point. Expectation for them is the same, though. Right? You show up and play, we're expected to win. So a lot of coaches come into a new program, they say, well, I want to build a program. We don't do that here. We set an expectation and you're going to meet it. I don't wait. You're going to start now.
There you go.
But our B team did have some success, and I don't think they were that used to it or thought they could do it. You know, we did win that little tournament. I know I mentioned that earlier. And to them, you know, I had 6 little guys there, and they're holding that trophy. It's bigger than my guys. For those that don't know, my 7th grade group, my B team guys, they'll go about 100 pounds each. I mean, they're little bitty guys. But look, they play so hard. If there's one thing I can say that I would love for all my guys to get is the effort that my B team and C team has. Now, the talent's we got to polish that a little bit.
Right.
But the effort's there. You'll never come to a B and C team game of ours and say, man, those guys just don't care.
Right.
They play their guts. And look, we're 3-1 right now on the B team. I don't care who you play. If you're 3-1, that's pretty good.
That's really
Doing
good.
something right.
That's where we want to be. Mullins handed one to us. Look, me and Chaffins are big buddies. We played college ball against each other. I owe him one.
That's right. You're going to get him back.
No, I doubt that. We're going to try our best to get him back, right? Look, I play the kids play. Me and Chaffins don't play. I can't say anything. But, you know, now that's that target that I want these kids to put on their back is, you know, Mullins knocked you off.
Yeah.
You went over there and they beat you. And what are you going to do when they come to our place? So we'll see. Only time tells on that. But expectations the same. We want to compete for a county title every year, whether we get there or not. We want to compete for one.
Most definitely.
You know, talking about this A-team group, you know, I know we've talked a lot about them, but who do you look at as your leaders for this group? You know, who's your main guys you look at as your leaders?
That's tough, man. It's so early in the year. You know, a lot of coaches have, like, captains.
Yes.
They you know, we're going to let these guys go out and meet with the referee. I don't know right now. And I don't want that to sound wrong. I have a talented group, but I don't know who my leaders are yet.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not saying every one of them can't be.
Yeah.
But I don't know who I'm going to say, hey, I'm turning the reins over you to make sure everything happens, because they all are kind of coming with that same kind of passion right now. So as of right now, my leaders is all my 18 guys.
Wow.
And look, you may see us go out and I bring all 10 out there.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
You know, that's an intimidation factor.
That
like,
is
really, if you bring
definitely-
10 players out to a referee
Right.
head of the other team, I'm like, wow,
But
okay.
if it's deserving,
Yeah.
if it's deserving, then I'm going to bring them out there. And then look, it may go a game where I'm mad at all of them. Maybe I just walk out there. I mean, that's part of it. But No, our leaders are the kids that if they keep doing what they're doing, we'll have a whole team out there.
That's amazing. I've noticed on your Facebook page, you've been getting a lot of your boys in for private workouts. Tell me a little bit about how these private sessions have been going for them, and what skills have you been trying to get them to improve on?
I really let it kind of go off what the player tells me. A lot of guys that do training, and I've done it for years. I've just never actually publicized it up until this year. First off, let me tell you something about facilities at Valley. Coach Alvin, Mr. Alvin, the principal, allows me to use that gym anytime it's free.
Wow.
That's unheard of. You usually don't get that kind of use. And then, where I'm also on the high school staff, if that gym's available, I just tell Jamie, hey, you got something, I can get in there.
Yeah.
And then we got the gun, not the gun, Dr. Dish.
Yeah.
Top of the line stuff. That's at your fingertips.
Yeah.
When I rolled in, there were some people using it, but there was dust on it.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, man, why are we not using this? So training kids to get better, not just our kids, it's always been a passion of mine. I love sports.
Yes.
Yeah.
One day I'm going to have to put the coaching aside, because eventually that's going to run its I'm 40 years old, guys. I'm not the young guy on the block anymore.
Yeah.
But training, and like we do some 3-point sessions, we call it bombs away. So you're always trying to look a way to incorporate it for the kids. We're teaching them different ways to get 3-point shots off. We also do a 600 shot workout. So that's tough.
That is tough.
And let me tell you something. Right now, our leader, little Betsy Lane kid, right? Little Hamilton boy.
Yeah.
He can flat out shoot the ball. So until somebody dethrones him, he's the man. So, but I like doing that stuff, because not just our kids. I think if you're going to send your kid to a trainer, you need to know that they're in it for training and nothing else. Yeah. I'm not there asking those kids to come to me. I want them to come and learn. And sometimes, you kind of don't want you local guys coming, you Pikeville's, and you, because you're just making them better.
Yeah, absolutely.
But in general, that training stuff is available, and a lot of coaches don't get that luxury to be able to train their kids some year round in the off season. So I enjoy it.
All right, I got one last question for you on my end. We've talked about your expectations as a team and what your goals are as a team. What are your goals for yourself this season, coming in as the head coach for them?
Just to gain the boys' trust. I think that's the biggest thing, and they do. I know they trust me, but here's this new guy coming in with all these new ideas, and what do you mean we don't want anybody to get in the paint? And I'm like, why are they in the blue? Like, why are we even letting anybody in there?
Yeah.
So, and they just getting them to understand that, Coach has our best interest in heart, but he's going to hold us accountable. And look, I'm and they'll tell you, and they can get mad at me, I understand that, but I'm a very in-your-face type of guy.
Yeah.
If you mess up or do something that I don't like, whether I'm right or wrong, I'm going to tell you, and it's going to be about 6 inches from your face.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like being the alpha male, right? So you're staring these guys, and I know they want to punch me. I'm not crazy. I see it in their eyes what they want to do. But letting them know that throughout your life, you're going to have people who's going to be over you.
Yeah.
You're going to have bosses. You're going to have coaches. And it's their way.
Yeah.
And that's the way it is. And then when it's no longer the right way, when I'm no longer the guy, they'll find someone else to do it.
Yep.
So just letting them know that let's gain coaches' trust. And they're getting there. I don't brag on them enough. I'm very judgmental of everything they do, and I know that.
Most definitely.
And when the season's over, we'll go have a pizza party, and I'll tell them about all the great things they've done.
There you go.
But during the season, I'm probably one of the toughest guys in the region to play for.
Coach John Meade, Major Pain.
Major Pain. That's
all up in your grill.
He asked you about expectations and goals for yourself, but like looking at the whole season, you've got county, you've got state. What would be a successful finish for you?
Yeah, absolutely. So I love that the boys have set a goal to win county and win state.
Yep.
But a goal is just a dream unless you put something behind it.
Absolutely.
That's true.
So we got to make sure that they know. For me, a successful season is that 1 through 41, not just 18, has got better. Mm-hmm. And a lot of coaches tend to forget about the young guys.
Yep.
They tend to say, here's our chance. Well, if you want another chance, you better start worrying about your other guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if every player is better at the end of the year than they started the year, I think that's a success. Do we want some hardware? We do.
Absolutely.
But there's a whole county that wants that hardware too.
Yep.
Got to earn it.
Absolutely.
I got one more question for you, Coach. and this is kind of, off your team, there has been a rule change this upcoming season concerning fouls. Each quarter used to be, 1 and 1, you get to 10 and a half, it's double, or if you get to 6, it's 1 and 1. Well, this year, once you get past 5, it's bonus. It essentially gets rid of the 1 and 1. What's your take on this rule change, and how do you think it affects this season?
I think a lot of studies went into it. So
yes,
outside looking in, if you don't actually look at what the rule change is, I think you're going to have a mixed opinion about it. And the reason I say that is here coaches are saying, well, here we go 1 and 1. What's that hurt? Well, there's some studies that went into that says kids are getting hurt on a 1 and 1 shot. They're limiting people getting injured.
Yep.
So I'm one of those dorks who reads that type of stuff on why they made rule changes. So 2-shot fouls after 5 fouls says quit fouling so much. I think it cleans the game up. I think it lets kids know that we're going to give 2 shots instead of 1. So now strategy changes. So absolutely, look, am I making my guys drive downhill on 4 fouls? You better believe it. Let's make the official call something. Let's get 3 points.
Yeah.
And let's stop the clock. But it's a mixed opinion. We'll see how it goes.
Most definitely. Well, Coach, I appreciate you being here with us, and hopefully we can have you back later on in the season, see how these, your Wildcats and you're doing this season. So, guys, I'm your host, Ethen Cummings, co-host Sam Collier, special guest Coach John Meade. We appreciate you and your players being here. You won't want to leave us. We've got some more topics coming up. We'll be back with you in just a minute.
Let the folks at Double Quick help you start your 2022 off right. They've brought back the Bourbon Pecan Coffee for a limited time only. You can also quench your thirst with the great deals on fountain drinks they offer daily. Double Quick is your one-stop shop for everything. They offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can stop by one of their many storefront locations spread throughout eastern Kentucky. Stop by and let Double Quick make your day better.
This is Bruce Walters from Bruce Walters Kia. By now, you know Kia is a great vehicle, and you know they come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. So why should you buy from Bruce Walters Kia? At Bruce Walters Kia, we're going to change your oil for free for life. And what you do with that money you save is up to you. Come check out the 2022 Kia Carnival and the 2021 Kia Sorento. Only at Bruce Walters Kia in Pikeville. Or shop us online at brucewalterskia.com.
If you've recently had a loved one pass, bring them to Hall & Jones Funeral Home in Burgee, Kentucky. We let you grieve in peace instead of worrying about a heavy financial burden of burying a loved one. Here at Hall & Jones, we have multiple chapels that can accommodate any size family. We look forward to helping you and your family here at Hall & Jones.
MGC Supply is your complete source for drainage and erosion control products. MGC Supply also sells services and installs Cummings generators. MGC Supply sells and delivers limestone gravel for businesses and homeowners. MGC Supply is your solution supplier and is proud to sponsor all the teams in Eastern Kentucky. 2590 U.S. Highway 23 South Pottville, Kentucky, 41501. Give them a call today at 606-433-0077. Or you can call them at 606-794-6765.
Don't let just anyone take care of your pharmaceutical needs. Call Jay's Pharmacy in Jenkins, Kentucky. Jay's Pharmacy has been a staple in the Jenkins community for many years, formerly known as Boggs Pharmacy. Jay's Pharmacy is in it for you. They'll make sure your trips to the pharmacy is easy and smooth. They'll fight the insurance companies for you and give you great prices on your medication. Call Jay's Pharmacy today in Jenkins, Kentucky. We look forward to hearing from you. Let the folks at Double Quick help you start your 2022 off right. They've brought back the Bourbon Pecan Coffee for a limited time only. You can also quench your thirst with the great deals on fountain drinks they offer daily. Double Quick is your one-stop shop for everything. They offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can stop by one of their many storefront locations spread throughout eastern Kentucky. Stop by and let Double Quick make your day better.
This is Bruce Walters from Bruce Walters Kia. By now, you know Kia is a great vehicle, and you know they come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. So why should you buy from Bruce Walters Kia? At Bruce Walters Kia, we're going to change your oil for free for life. And what you do with that money you save is up to you. Come check out the 2022 Kia Carnival and the 2021 Kia Sorento. Only at Bruce, or shop us online at brucewalterskia.com.
Welcome back. Episode 4. I'm your host, Ethen Cummings, co-host Sam Collier, a guest, Big E. He don't get the special. He don't get the special part of it. And we can't forget about our wonderful producer, Dusty, in the background. He's back there doing his thing, helping us out. Listen, guys, we are going to go ahead. This show's kind of been unusual. We had the players, we had the recap, we had the coach. Now we're going hard in with the hot takes. We can't skip over our hot takes. So let's start off hot. Kentucky coming off a big win. They play Kentucky. They're 6-3 this week. 5-3 this week. 7-1 against Alabama, who's 7-1. Who you got?
Listen, I'm going to take Kentucky Wildcats over Alabama. I've said this before the season started. I think Kentucky can compete in this game as long as Devin Leary keeps up the quarterback play that he has. I think they can come in and they can give Alabama a run for their money.
I'm going to be at this game, so I'm hoping Kentucky will pull off a big win. Devin Leary, like you said, keeps playing, throwing the ball the way he does. You know, we know it, man. Ray Davis, best running back in the nation.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go with Kentucky.
Listen, man, I'm going with Alabama. Listen, Alabama is – Kentucky's just out having a good year. They've got a good running back. They've got an okay quarterback. They've got a good receiving core. They're just not piecing it together. I mean, they're barely going to be making a bowl. So I've got to take Alabama. They're more put together. They've got the better coach. Nick Saban's going to find a way to win the game in Catville. Although their quarterback play's been wishy-washy this year, I trust Nick Saban more than I trust Mark Stoops. So that's why I'm going to take Alabama in this game. Moving on, we've got Louisville, who is 7-1 against Virginia, 2-6. Who do you got?
Listen, I have told y'all this before. It absolutely kills my soul to say this. But I'm going to have to go with Ethan's Louisville Cardinals. Virginia is not having a good year whatsoever. I don't see them coming into this game against this very good Louisville team. Louisville is going to take this game by 3 touchdowns or more. Their players are just playing ridiculously good right now. They've got a good quarterback. They've got Jawar Jordan. Their defense is on point. You know, give me Louisville.
I wish the ACC had some competition.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to even choose anybody.
Right. So obviously, I'm gonna go with Louisville in this game. I'm hoping for an upset, though. I can't say I ain't.
I'm gonna take Louisville. I think that the coaching staff, man, Brian Brom and his and Jeff Brom is figuring things out in Louisville. And to be honest with you, I haven't looked at the rankings yet, but we're close to cracking top 10, man. I mean, and you say the ACC isn't tough, but then you look at teams like FSU, Clemson, Notre Dame, Miami, Duke. All those teams have been ranked at some point in time this season. Now, granted, we didn't play. This is the first year.
You got to play Duke.
This is the first year since Louisville's been in the ACC that they haven't played Florida State and Clemson.
Yeah.
This year they traded out Florida State and Clemson for Notre Dame and Duke. They've played Notre Dame, they've played Duke, and let's not forget teams like NC State, who doesn't have a good record, but man, I'm telling you, that's a tough team. That is a tough team, and we played them first game of the year, and they were tough. So, I've got to take Louisville. I think we blow them out, and if we're not in the top 10 this week, we will be after we win next week. We're itching for that ACC championship, where we'll play Florida State.
You can't let this game be close, because if you do, you're going to drop maybe in the rankings if this is a close game.
Well, last week it wasn't close, and Virginia Tech's way better than Virginia. So.
I mean, yeah, I feel like Virginia Tech is definitely a better team than Virginia is, and, the way that Louisville played against Virginia Tech to bring in their second stringers and their second string running back to have 3 touchdowns on the day, I think that's just phenomenal for them. I hate to say this, but I really am looking forward to the Kentucky and Louisville game to be a really good game this year and not Kentucky just blowing them out like they usually do.
Moving on, we've got who is the better running back so far this season. This is a debate I've been waiting on, right? Because it's so. Listen, they're going to argue this up and down, but it is so close. It's so close. It's Jawar Jordan from the University of Louisville or Ray Davis. Who's the better running back so far this season?
You already know my answer. I mean, since this show has started, you know that I'm on my high horse with Ray Davis. Ray Davis is definitely the better running back. He faced his better competition. He's got 823 rushing yards on the season. He scored in every single game besides last night. But he has 9 rushing touchdowns, 5 receiving touchdowns. He can do a little bit of both. You know, he can get in the passing game now that Devin Leary is bringing on his passing skills like he should have been in the beginning of the season. They're throwing Ray Davis more on these little short routes and getting him these extra 10 and 15-yard gains off of just passes. So I think Ray Davis is the better running back because Jawar Jordan just hasn't played against teams that have good defenses.
I'm going to say Ray Davis, and my reasoning is I haven't watched Louisville, but I know that Kentucky's O-line is one of the worst in college football.
I can second that.
And this man is still putting up great numbers. They're getting him the ball. He's making plays. And, you know, if you're coming in with an O-line that don't get much movement, it's hard to run the ball. When you're running through gaps that are tight, you got to squeeze through there, hit it hard, and then get extra yards. I'm going to have to say Ray Davis.
Man, I'm not going to say Ray Davis. Listen, I've experienced Louisville all season. And to watch Jawar Jordan, man, his explosiveness, like, honestly, he's quicker than Ray Davis. He's a speed back. He really is. He's not a power back. He's not trying to, he's a speed back. You look at it, you know, Ray Davis has 823. Jawar Jordan has 824. Better.
1 yard.
Ray Davis has 9 touchdowns on the ground. Jawar's got 10.
How many receiving touchdowns does Jawar?
But here's the thing: we don't utilize our running backs in the receiving. Like none of our running backs are receiving backs. None of them are. We don't like. We had our running back too, Isaac Garindo. We had our running back too, Isaac Garindo. Yesterday, he ran for 11 attempts for 126 yards and 3 touchdowns.
You just
running back too. Like, you know what I mean?
He just said about Ray Davis was better. They can't catch the ball.
They
Ray Davis can run the ball, and he can catch it and make plays. You just answered that question for
No, it's not. It's
right
not.
here
It's not
on Coach's
that.
Corner.
It's not that Jawar Jordan can't catch the ball. He has a reception touchdown, and he has a lot of reception yards on the season. I mean, we do, but we don't utilize the running back within that system. Jeff Brom does not pass the ball to his running backs a lot within his offensive system. If he throws the ball, he's throwing it out to a receiver, and we're going deep with it. But then again, that's something Kentucky can't do. Kentucky can't throw it deep. They don't have the quarterback. They don't have the system. That's why we're 7-1, and you guys are 5-3 or 6-3, whatever you are. You're barely scratching a bow. They're going to put you.
I take back what I said. Kentucky's going to blow Wolves.
They're going to put you guys on the McDonald's bowl down here in Whitesburg.
Oh,
that's as far as you're
Here
getting.
we go.
Okay.
ACC championship.
We'll be in the ACC championship. When's the last time you guys have played in the SEC? You've never been close to the
Who is in the ACC?
Vanderbilt would be one of the best teams in the ACC if they came and played. So, and that's the worst team in the SEC.
Y'all crazy. Moving on. Since we're talking about teams, let's go ahead and get top 5 college football teams. Who you got?
Listen, I'm going to go with my number 5 spot. I'm going to go with Oregon. Number 4, I've got Florida State. Number 3, I've got Michigan. They got that 2-headed running back room. I got Ohio State at number 2. And, I mean, let's just be honest, best team in college football right now. I got Georgia at number 1 SEC team. And honestly, if we're being realistic, if I wanted to, I could put 5 SEC teams in for my top 5.
I'm sure you could.
I could.
I'm sure you could.
I could.
I'm sure you could. Like this.
Because SEC, Southeastern
everything
Conference is the best conference in football.
Everything you just said in every previous argument on this show just got discredited.
Oh, whatever.
Just got discredited. Who you got, Big E?
I'm going to come in. I like your list, Sam. It ain't too bad. I'm gonna move Texas into that 5 spot.
Okay.
I like Texas. Quinn Ewers, he's out right now, but with him in there, they're one of the best teams in college football. I
can
think.
agree with that.
Coming in at my number 4 spot, go ahead and give me Michigan. I like Michigan, but they never seem to keep it up. You know what I'm saying?
I can agree with
So I don't have high hopes for them moving on. Coming in, go ahead and give me Florida State at my 3 spot.
Okay.
I ain't watched too much about them, but I know I've seen their record. I know they're good.
Absolutely.
With my number 2 spot, I'm gonna give me Georgia.
Georgia at 2.
Yes, the way Georgia has been playing this year, teams are running it tight. There's not that team that's going to beat you by 30, 40 every game. We just seen this week, Missouri, they had the chance to win it. And
now, in all honesty, talking about Missouri, I think Missouri is a very good team this season. They killed Kentucky. They ran a close game with Georgia, and Georgia absolutely made Kentucky look like
they would have won that game if he wouldn't have threw the pick to the D lineman at the end of the game.
I agree.
And at my 5 spot, go ahead and give me Ohio State. They're rolling. Number 1, Ohio State. I mean, they got the best player in football right now, in Marvin Harrison Jr.
Best wide receiver in college.
He better be number 1 pick, is all I'm saying. That's NFL does not know what they're doing. I'm going to take Ohio State in the number 1 spot.
Okay, well, here's where I'm at.
Yeah, here we go.
I can make this argument all day, and they're going to try to argue on my 5 spot. But here's the thing. I can make this argument. At 5, give me Louisville.
Oh, my God.
And here's why.
Here's
why. They're 7-1. They've beat 2 top 25 teams already.
Okay.
And not only did they beat them, but they shut out Duke, and they beat Notre Dame by 2 or 3 touchdowns. Now, they had one bad game against Pitt, but you think about it, it was rainy, it was cold, they were away, and they were coming off a really competitive win against Notre Dame.
Yeah, like Kentucky doesn't have rain.
Kentucky,
or
you can't make the argument for Kentucky being in the top 25.
Listen, I'm
But
right now.
moving on, I've got Louisville at 5. Give me Michigan at 4, because I think Michigan's always one of these teams, man, that looks good in the regular season, but they can't win in playoffs. They just can't bring home that chip. At 3, give me Georgia, and I'm going to tell you why. Yesterday, they ran too close of a game with Missouri for my liking. If you watch that Missouri game, Missouri was too close to beating them. I'm sorry. I know Missouri's a good team, but they were way too close for me
26 games in a row
to put Georgia at 1. Number 2, Florida State. Dude, listen, their coaching staff down there is doing great things. When he first took over like 5 or 6 years ago, Florida State was terrible. They were awful. And, dude, to see the progress that they've made, man, it's great. And I like them there. But I do have Ohio State at number 1 because, listen, Urban Meyer started the tradition there. They've been really good. And then, Ryan Day takes over, and it's still the same thing. And although them and Michigan's in that scandal, dude, they're just playing so good. Yeah. But the thing that scares me is the same thing I said about Michigan. They get into the playoffs, and then they don't look like the same team. You put them up against somebody that is a little bit tougher, and they don't look like the same team. So give me them there. That's my top 5.
Can we say real quick, none of us mentioned Washington.
Washington is an honorable mention, yes.
They're honorable mention.
We can have Washington outside of that top 5 as an honorable mention, and they could come into that top 5 going into this next week, but Washington is a good team. I like you bringing them up. And you forgot to put your number 1 team. Actually, you only said 4 teams.
No, he said Ohio State.
I said Ohio State, number 1.
Okay.
Yeah. No, listen, guys, when we come back, Sammy's going to break down his top 5 high school teams. Then also, after he breaks down his top 5 teams, we're going to talk some college hoops. There's some stuff going on in college hoops with this starting up with expedition games that we need to discuss. And then you're not going to want to miss the Pick'em segment to finish things off. Stay with us. We'll be right back with you.
If you've recently had a loved one pass, bring them to Hall & Jones Funeral Home in Burgee, Kentucky. We let you grieve in peace instead of worrying about a heavy financial burden of burying a loved one. Here at Hall & Jones, we have multiple chapels that can accommodate any size family. We look forward to helping you and your family here at Hall & Jones.
MGC Supply is your complete source for drainage and erosion control products. MGC Supply also sells services and installs Cummings generators. MGC Supply sells and delivers limestone gravel for businesses and homeowners. MGC Supply is your solution supplier and is proud to sponsor all the teams in Eastern Kentucky. 2590 U.S. Highway 23 South Pottville, Kentucky, 41501. Give them a call today at 606-433-0077. Or you can call them at 606-794-6765.
Don't let just
Welcome
anyone
back.
take care of your pharmaceutical needs. Call Jay's Pharmacy in Jenkins, Kentucky. Jay's Pharmacy has been a staple in the Jenkins community for many years, formerly known as Boggs Pharmacy. Jay's Pharmacy is in it for you. They'll make sure your trips to the pharmacy is easy and smooth. They'll fight the insurance companies for you and give you great prices on your medication. Call Jay's Pharmacy today in Jenkins, Kentucky.